Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I'm here once again to review episode 2 of season 2 of Supergirl. Yes, this episode is entitled Last Children of Krypton. And at the very beginning of the episode, we see Superman and Supergirl working together once again, which never gets old. I love seeing these two together. They work so well together. Love seeing them fly around and go, okay, we're going to do this, you're going to do that, and we're going to save the world. It's so easy when it's the two of them, right? And I saw some people complaining about the CGI, the special effects on this show, and even some of the other shows on CW. And I'm like, come on. Are you really expecting the level of special effects as the Avengers or a Justice League movie? No, this is TV. This is CW. I think for what they have, for the budget that I'm sure they have, I think it looks great. I love the way it looks. Hank Henshaw being kind of a dick to Superman, to be honest. I mean, I said last week that I understood where he was coming from as far as wanting some type of protocol against Kryptonians just in case. But it's like, even Kara said, it's Superman. How can you be mean to Superman? And it's so true. Then we see that it's girls' night. I guess they do this once a week where Alex goes over Kara's house and they watch movies and eat ice cream and pizza. And I'm like, hey, that sounds like fun. But Kara invites Clark over for this. And Alex says, oh, you invited Clark? And she's like, yeah. And Alex said, great. The more the merrier. And I said, wow, they actually are writing Alex to be mature. And she's not going to get jealous over Kara and Clark's relationship. I was impressed. Well, I spoke too soon. Before I get to that, Clark comes over and he talks to Kara and says basically, hey, I'm sorry, but I have to go back to Metropolis. And I said, okay, when he said last week that he was going to stick around, I thought, yeah, that'd be cool for this show to have them together. I was loving it. But realistically, what about Metropolis? Metropolis needs Superman. If he stays in National City for a few days, like Doomsday could show up and destroy the whole fucking city. You don't know. Metropolis is it's like a beacon for danger and trouble. So I like that he at least realized that he said he had to be back there, not just for Metropolis, but for his job and for Lois. So it made sense. I like that she said, hey, one last time, let's go out and save this guy who's about to jump off a bridge. They go there. And no, it's not a guy. It's, in fact, Metallo. New Metallo, and he does a pretty good number on the both of them and until Superman sends him away. And I like that Superman instantly was pissed. He went to Hank Henshaw and was like, what the hell? You told me you guys had the last of the kryptonite. How the hell does this guy have it? And then Hank is like, oops, about that. See, what had happened was a few months ago, somebody stole some kryptonite. Yeah, about that. Forgot to mention that. And Superman was pissed. Rightfully so. And that's where we see Katniss, I guess they're called, this weird secret underground group that send this strange message over the airwaves, and everybody saw it on their TV. And it was funny. I don't know if anybody else got this reaction or got this feeling, but it reminded me so much of Zod in Man of Steel when he sent his message to the world looking for Kal-El, wanting him to come forward, and I totally got those vibes from it. So in some ways, pretty cool. Kara's new boss is a dick. That's my notes. That's what I have, is that he's a dick, because he is. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. I know that when they first introduced Cat Grant last season, and I hated her, I did. For episodes, multiple episodes, I hated her character. I hated how egotistical she was and how rude she was. But this guy was just a dick just to be a dick. I still don't understand why he was being a dick to Kara. I don't. She was hired. She came into work. She said basically, hey, train me, teach me, send me out an assignment and I'll learn on my own. And the guy was like, no, you don't work here. Get out. What? Like, what boss can even legally do that? And not just that, but he doesn't even have a reason to treat her like that. She literally said hi to him. I didn't understand it. Even by the end of the episode where he sort of comes around but doesn't. He just says, "Oh, you're wasting my time." But wait, maybe I'll teach you something. What? But you don't get a chair. And it's this weird relationship that now she's going to have with this new dick of a boss. Great. Can't wait to see some more of that. Now we get a pretty awesome moment of John Jones and Superman in the Fortress of Solitude. I know we saw the Fortress of Solitude last season with Supergirl in it, and that was cool, but actually seeing Superman in there and seeing John Jones in there and the two of them talking it out like reasonable aliens, and they come to an agreement. They come to an understanding. I like that. Now Kara talks to Alex, and she almost suggests, "Hey, why don't I just move to Metropolis?" And at first I thought, what? But then when she went through it and said, "Hey, all of this stuff is going on here with Hank and you, and maybe I'm interfering with that, the DEO, and I still have so much to learn from Clark, and maybe that would be the best for her." And I said to myself, wow, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. It does. And then Alex turns into Super Bitch. I'm sorry, I usually like Alex, but this came out of nowhere. She starts rambling about how Kara's messed up her life, pretty much, how she deserted everything for Kara, her school and her father and her dating life, all of this stuff. It's like, whoa, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, why is it Kara's fault? It really shouldn't be her fault, and you shouldn't even be making it seem like it's her fault. She just came off so bad. It's different if she said, like, hey, I need you, like I lean on you just as much as you might think you lean on me. Like, it's both sides. I think she does say that at some point, eventually, later. But this was just like, no, you've ruined my life, so now you owe me. Or it's like, I'm sorry, but Alex came off poorly in that scene. I did not like her for a moment. I should mention that Kara also had a scene with Cat Grant, where Cat Grant, they were talking back and forth about how I'm not going to be around forever. And Kara had a reaction like, whoa, you're not dying, are you? And honestly, last week, there was a scene, a moment, where it seemed like the show was going to go in that direction, that she had an illness and she was going to die or something. So it was kind of funny when she laughed and said, no, I'm not dying. But she is leaving. She's leaving the company that she started, and it's weird. It is, but I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because the actress, I guess, won't be a part of the show anymore. And, like, that sucks. It does. As much as I almost can't believe I'm saying it, if you watch my review for the very first episode of Season 1, it's a big night and day situation, but I actually really like Kat now. And I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her presence. I'm going to miss the scenes where she's giving Kara advice, where she kind of gives her backhanded compliments, but it's very funny, and they had a great relationship. As generic as I think this Cadmus villain team is, this underground group, and this woman who's running it's very generic. It is. The scenes with them, overly dramatic and overly comic booky villain type. But I did like that she made a second Metallo and sent the second Metallo to Metropolis without Superman being there, and he caused a bunch of destruction. In fact, the area of Metropolis that he destroyed looked very much like the Metropolis from Batman vs. Superman. Did anybody get that feeling as well? The part where in that movie it was a big statue of Superman. This had a similar monument, but not a statue, just like a plaque, and he destroyed it all. And I thought that was nice. I never thought I'd ever see Metropolis on this show. Just when they cut to it, like nothing, I was like, wow, this is Metropolis. Our first time seeing it, I think. First time seeing it. So that was very cool. And then you had Alex meet this woman from Cadmus. And that's where this woman starts talking to her about aliens and about how she should be against aliens, how she should join them because they also have her father, yada yada. And that's when I got it. That's when I realized that the only reason why they wrote Alex to be like this in this episode, to be so unlikable, to blame Kara for all of this, is because they wanted us to see her have a moment where she might think about joining them because maybe she's against aliens now or something. I get why they did it for this moment, but it wasn't worth it. It didn't make sense. It wasn't worth making her look as bad as she did, because obviously we know that she's not going to join with them. The only reason why she might join with them is to get closer to her dad and see what's going on there. But no, she didn't do that. She took out the guys there. Supergirl came and helped her, and then Supergirl's like, oh, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel this way. It's like, no, you don't apologize to her. She should apologize to you. Did anybody else feel that way? I just didn't even like Supergirl apologizing to her because she had nothing to apologize for. Now, I loved the end battle. I did. You had Supergirl and Alex, who was wearing her kryptonite-like outfit, which I don't understand why it didn't affect Supergirl when they were close to each other. Maybe I'm off on that. But, okay, they were fighting Metallo 1. While in Metropolis, Superman and Martian Manhunter, our first time in Season 2 on CW seeing Martian Manhunter, and they were fighting the second Metallo, and that was great. Just action galore. Again, the special effects, I think, look great. And they even had this chest plate that Wynn made for them. And I thought it was cool because when Metallo would shoot the kryptonite laser at them, it would hit the thing. Although you wonder, like, why don't you just aim it at, like, their legs or their face? Or, like, why go for the thing that you see them wearing a plate for? But then the plate was so easily broken by them. Both of them got it broken. So it was like, okay, when maybe we need to work on that a little bit, make that more sturdy. But again, this fight was great. You see Supergirl goes to talk to Cat Grant, and they too have a nice moment. Although it is kind of funny, I'm sure I said this in Season 1, how as many times as Cat talks to Kara, and talks to her every day, sees her every day, interacts with her every day, she sees Supergirl, and I mean, come on, do they really look different? It's the same issue with Superman. I know it's been going on for years and years, but it's so goofy. It kind of makes Cat, or anybody really who doesn't know the secret, look dumb. I wanted a moment where Cat said, I know. And they did this last season where she said she knew, and then they had to make it fake the thing and have her not know. I just wish that she had her moment of, like, she knew. But they didn't do that. She did say she'll be back, so we'll see. And then we find out that Jimmy Olsen is taking her job. What? What? Now, I get you want to have Jimmy Olsen. He needs to have a presence, and that's going to give him a pretty big presence. Now he's going to be Kara's boss. I just don't really buy him getting that promotion. That's such a big promotion for him. I don't know. Like, has he even been there that long? Hasn't he been there less than Kara? Maybe Kara should have gotten that spot or something. Then we see Hank giving Superman the kryptonite and all of it. So he gets to take it away. He gets to do what he has to do with it. And then I love the moment where Clark talks to Mr. White. And just, I don't know. He sounds so much like Clark Kent. It's perfect. I love it. Last scene is Kara talking to the alien in the coma, and she's kind of being there for him, saying, I'm going to be here for you, and I know what it's like to be alone. And then he wakes up and grabs her throat and looks really scary. That was a great cliffhanger. I loved it. I can't wait to see the next episode now, honestly. Supergirl has been kicking ass so far. Season 2, I think, has been fun. I think has been great. I think they've gotten the tone right. Now we have to see what an episode without Superman will be like. That's the test. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of episode 2? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.